People are not investing in renewable energies because there is no money in it, in both the long and short term. And the commitment needed to make it happen can only occur at a severe financial loss. Hence, there is no monetary incentive. And in this system, if there is no monetary incentive, things do not happen. And on top of it all, peak oil is just one of many surfacing consequences of the environmental social train wreck gaining speed today. Other declines include fresh water, the very fabric of our existence, which is currently showing shortages for 2.8 billion people, and those shortages are on pace to reaching 4 billion by 2030. Food production. The destruction of arable cropland, from which 99.7% of all human food comes from, today is occurring up to 40 times faster than it is being replenished. And over the last 40 years, 30% of the arable land has become unproductive. Not to mention that hydrocarbons are the backbone of agriculture today, and as it declines, so will the food supply. As far as resources in general, at our current patterns of consumption, by 2030, we will need 2 planets to continue our rates. Further estimates indicate that by 2050, humanity will need 27 planets, considering the exponential consumption required for the market. Not to mention the continuing destruction of life-supporting biodiversity, causing extinction spasms and environmental destabilization across the globe. And with all of these declines, we have the near exponential population growth, where by 2030 there might be over 8 billion people on this planet. Further estimates claiming 9.5 billion people by 2050. Energy production alone would need to increase by 44% by 2030 to meet such demand. And again, since money is the only initiator of action, are we to expect that any country on the planet is going to be able to afford the massive changes needed to revolutionize agriculture, water processing, energy production and the like, when the global debt pyramid scheme is slowly shutting the entire world down? Not to mention the fact that the unemployment you currently see is going to become normality due to the nature of technological unemployment. The jobs are not coming back.
Look, this is not what I do, but I got an idea for one of your commercials. You could see a carpenter making a beautiful chair, and then one of your robots comes in and makes a better chair twice as fast. And then you superimpose on the screen, USR, shitting on the little guy. That would be the fade out.
Yes. I suppose your father lost his job to a robot. I don't know, maybe you simply would have banned the internet to keep the libraries open. Prejudice never shows much reason.
Maybe the problem isn't that jobs are going away. Maybe the problem is the economic system requires jobs in the first place for people to live. Since intelligent technology will do most of the heavy lifting in an economy centered on sustainable abundance rather than scarcity, in a half century from now, our grandchildren may look back at mass market employment with the same disbelief with which we look upon slavery and serfdom. The idea that a human being's worth was measured almost exclusively by his or her productive output of goods, services, and material wealth will seem primitive, even barbaric. And finally, a broad social perspective. From 1970 to 2010, poverty on this planet doubled due to this system. And given our current state, do you honestly think that we will see anything less than more doubling, more suffering, and more mass starvation?
If machines produce everything we need, the outcome will depend on how things are distributed. Everyone can enjoy a life of luxurious leisure if the machine produced wealth is shared, or most people can end up miserably poor if the machine owners successfully lobby against wealth redistribution. So far, the trend seems to be toward the second option, with technology driving ever-increasing inequality. Machines won't bring about the economic robot apocalypse, but greedy humans will.
The question is not, how much will it cost? Do we have the resources? And we have the resources today.